I'm Emily Mallory of Emily's Papercrafts. Thanks for joining me today. Today, I'm going to show you how to make this adorable giraffe iris folded greeting card. Let's get started. Alright, so if you purchase the kit, you'll have everything that you need to create this adorable little giraffe. Remember, we start on the back side of the way we want our design to finish up. If you didn't purchase the kit, this is just an old Sizzix die cut set that includes the giraffe and an elephant and I think a couple of other shapes. And then I have 3 different strips of paper and then a square for the head. So these are all 3/4 of an inch. I cut them all myself. I try to find really thin papers so that way they will fold easily without creating too much bulk. So first I'm going to take my strips of paper and I'm going to fold them over so I'm covering about 1/3 of the paper and then seeing about 1/3 of the other side. And one of my favorite little tricks is to put tape right down the fold because it just holds the paper down a little bit better and creates that much less bulk. I'm going to go ahead and do that with all 3 of my colors that I'm using today. So yellow hexagon, so it kind of looks like giraffe spots. Again, I'm folding over about 1/3 of the color and then seeing about 1/3 of the white. And it's not the end of the world if you don't fold nice and evenly down the length of your piece of paper, because no one is going to see the back side. No one's going to see how well you folded or did not fold. And that one, I did not fold very evenly because it's wanting to curve a lot. Okay, so with the giraffe, I decided I wanted a solid piece up here for the head, and I chose one with curly cues, so it would kind of look like little ears. So ears and then the little knobs just to help give it some extra dimension. So I know that I'm going to want to fold it so that way the fold meets the point there at the base of the head up there to its first little ear. So let's see if I can fussy fold it just a little bit more. Okay, that's enough to get me started. So then I'm going to fold it the rest of the way, and I'm going to go ahead and tape that little piece down just so it'll stay put and won't drive me crazy as I work on the rest of the giraffe. Then I know it's going to go just like that and cover up the whole head. I might have to trim around the edges a little bit because it looks like it might want to overhang just a smidgen. And I like using a roller tape just because it's easier than cutting lots of little strips of Scotch tape. As you probably know from other videos, if you've watched other of my instructional videos on YouTube, that I love my roller tape when it comes to iris folding. Okay, now for the fun part. I decided to go very different with this pattern. So there's no sort of iris folding in towards the center. It's just a random mix of the 3 different pieces of paper. So it's up to you where they go, in what order, and all of that. I'm going to start with one of my sort of speckled brown pieces of paper and just start on number 1. It's kind of fun just to be able to mix up the colors and the order, and you get a totally different look each time with your giraffe. Lining it up so that way the fold of the paper goes right there on that black edge line. I think next I'll go down here with some words on number 2, which is way down here at the base of the foot. Some people ask me where I get my patterns from for the iris folding bit, and I just make up my own rather than using other patterns. It's just kind of a free-for-all when it comes to some of my different patterns. And placements of numbers. Okay, so that was 1, 2, 3 was next. I'm going to go alternate my colors here a little bit. Just kind of eyeball it and snip it and tape it down. If I had grabbed a piece of washi tape, it would have held down my giraffe a little bit better, but I can live without it. Okay, so there was 3. 4 goes long way. Because I haven't used brown down here yet, let's use some brown. For, let's see, maybe words next. So I haven't used words for a couple of layers now. Okay, there's that. Let's see. Yellow and then a yellow? Sure. That's the joy of this one. There is no right or wrong. You could totally do a different assortment or randomization of your colors. So it makes this draft so much fun. So the possibilities for color combinations and patterns, even if you're making multiple giraffes, they could all end up being different because of just the way you alternate your 3 papers throughout the giraffe. I don't know if I want, let's see, the fun thing about this is when I'm not using a piece of washi tape is I can flip it over. Decide if I want a long strip of yellow next or if I want more brown. I don't know why, but I'm wanting brown. So let's go for brown. Again, there is no right or wrong. It's personal choice. However, once you run out of your color, if you bought the kit, then you're done with that color and you get to use the other ones a little bit more generously there at the end. However, with every kit, I try to make sure that there's more than enough paper in case there's one particular paper in there that you really, really, really like. Okay, next back to some words. Number 10 was too small to write 10 in there, so it's just the little tail piece. But number 10 is important because it is the giraffe tail. As little as it may be, it is a very important. Right? Stay put. Obviously wanting more dictionary paper. All right, I'm going to do a long strip of yellow there for number 11. Oh, I missed 9. Again, that's the beauty of this pattern, that if you do one out of order, it's no big deal. Okay, so I got to go up here and do number 9. So I think I'm going to pull up the yellow. Bring up some more yellow there. Make it looks like it's got a long yellow stripe, but that's okay. Line it back up. And the other nice thing is you're able to check it and decide if you like the way it's going. That might be too much yellow all up there. Anyway, I'll live with it. Moving on. Sometimes it's easy to overthink the creative process and decide that it needs to be changed up. So then I have my next little teeny tiny spot way up there at the top, which I think I misnumbered or misspoke a few minutes back when I said that the tail piece was number 10. I think it's number 8 because this would be 10, which would make more sense. So 10, 11, 12. All right, it's been a while since we've done some brown down here again. And I'll throw that one on the floor. So we'll just get another piece. All right, there was 12. 13, I think I want to be more words. Probably just leave the whole piece, but again, I'm trying to watch how much bulk builds up here on the back side, and the less paper that I can keep back here, or that I absolutely need, the thinner my finished card is going to be. Okay. I'm going to take another look at it again. I think I want brown up there and then another yellow. So brown up here for 13, which at this point, even though my pattern has moved so many times, I know where my 2 remaining spots are. So one up here at the top. And again, this one doesn't matter where that fold goes, as long as it covers the spot. And then one last final yellow over here, over 15. Okay, there is my finished giraffe. Other than it needs an eyeball and it needs to be layered. So I'm going to put my giraffe face down and then pull over my greeting card and a green black background so it looks like it's in a jungle. But I liked all the lettering, so it made it look like I was writing a letter from the jungle. I was on the safari watching the giraffes. And then I'm going to use some super sticky score tape because I find that just helps hold it down to the card front a little bit better than my roller tape. But again, if you just have roller tape on hand, that's okay. This is just a super sticky double-sided tape. I like putting one right over the center so none of the later layers will move around. All right. However, the one challenge that I sometimes have is pulling up the score tape backing. All right, there we go. Put that down here on top. Line it up, and then a little bit of tacky glue. And then an eyeball right here in the middle, or wherever you think an eyeball would go here on your giraffe. And just like that, you have a very adorable giraffe. Thanks so much for joining me. Please hit the like and subscribe button so you know every single time when there is another video. Thanks so much, guys, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.